Alex and Drew are the Chainsmokers, and they're yakking with Bennett on Most Requested Live.
What's going on?
How you doing, Bennett?
Long time no see. Alex and Drew, the Chainsmokers. This is exciting. Welcome back. 2 years, I guess you can say that, right?
We're back, right? Or this is the rebirth. You know what I mean? It's just a whole
rebirth. I like that. Like a phoenix rising. This is very exciting. High is the new single. Congratulations. It is out. How does it feel to be re-immersed in the top 40 world?
It's it's really nerve-wracking. I mean, we're obviously beyond excited, and this is like a moment we've been waiting for 2 years, but you know, it's crazy. It's been obviously an insane 2 years. We've never had this much time to like think and make music, and we're super proud of it. But you know, like anything you spend a lot of time on, you begin to like think too much about it all, and you know, and it's just all the kind of pressure mounts up into like one day. You know, everything before that, it was like a song every 6 weeks. You didn't even have time to like, you know, become super precious to you. So it's a really cool feeling to have. But you know, you really, you know, we hope it goes great, and we hope, you know, people love the song, and we're just fucking nervous.
So I find it so interesting, you know, that you had the extra time to really, you know, think about the music that you're recording and writing. So when do you know when to like take your hands off it? Like, this is the finished product. I'm walking away. We're going to release this as is. Is there a moment where you guys look at each other and be like, okay, that's it. We got to be done with it? Drew
never knows that answer to that question. I'll answer this question for him. He'll say that the only song we've ever fully finished is Don't Let Me Down and one of the album songs that's coming out. Probably. That doesn't mean they're not amazing songs. I feel like there are nights where I would come into the studio to work on music, and he'd be recutting a vocal that I thought was done for the 15th time. And I would just literally do a 180 and just walk back out, get in my car, and leave.
That's amazing. It's the perfectionist in you guys. And so you were saying before, you're releasing a new song like every 6 weeks. Of course, we've all been following your career and your trajectory, and you're touring, you're in Vegas a bunch, you're just nonstop for a few years. What made you guys hit the pause button? Did you guys burn yourselves out? Was it ready to just kind of try some different things? What was going on through your heads?
Yeah, I think so. I think we were a little at the end of 2019. We had finished our third album and our like second big North American arena tour, and we just kind of felt like tired and like not that motivated, and we realized that we shouldn't be feeling that way. And I think we liked the songs that we had put out, you know, in the two albums before that, or in the almost past two albums, but I felt like they didn't like live up to the potential of what we could do, and I think we needed to take time off and refocus. And so beginning of 2020, we went to Hawaii for a few weeks, and we brought like our friends that we write and produce with, and that are just our homies. And we brought a bunch of music equipment, but it was like, all right, if we don't come back with anything, like whatever, it's all good. We're doing this right after we put out our tour and our album. And if nothing comes of this trip, so be it. We have plenty of time to gear up. And we kind of announced to our fans that we were going to take a break from social media and give ourselves some time to figure that all out. And that was like the perfect move. We just like took off this like impending stress that had been on like our backs for, you know, the past 8 years. And I think it yielded some of the best music we've ever made. And I remember coming back from Hawaii, you know, we did end up making music. We made like 13 songs that are, you know, not all of them are on the album, but they're all like hold on. Oliver. Can you hear him?
Who's Oliver?
My dog. Oliver. I'm right here. If he gets separation anxiety when I'm in the other room.
He's hype right now. Yeah.
He's got pipes too. Anyway, I'm sorry about that. But
no worries. I got a beagle bulldog. I totally get it. And all during the pandemic when you're doing like Zoom meetings at home, and he's just barking in the background.
Yeah, you're like, I'm right here, bro. Like
I'm right here, man.
You can come hang out. So good thing he's cute. He gets away with a lot. But anyway, like we came back with, it just like I came back feeling more confident than I'd ever felt in my entire career after that, just because we had made this music that was like just so inherently us, and it felt so Chainsmokers, but it pulled in all of these things that like we listened to so much music that we were fans of, and we pulled in all these different genres, and it felt so fresh and new and elevated. And then we spent 2 years like refining that. And so here we are dropping High, which is actually one of the last songs to be written.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we found this like weird process where it's like you make your whole album, and then I think it's easier to write your singles per se after. You kind of like build this whole body of work and see what you're working with, and then singles are kind of like the connective tissue to that. So it's fun to press play on that first song.
That's such a cool process, you know, because you guys didn't have the pressure, like you said. So you got to like let it breathe and kind of have like a 30,000 foot view of your product and who the Chainsmokers are. You weren't so immersed in it as you were the first few years when it was so crazy, so hectic, you didn't have time to think. That's pretty cool to hear. Did you guys like experience anything else other than writing music and taking your time? Did you get into any other avenues of entertainment or just anything during the past 2 years in the pandemic?
Kind of like it's we, you know, a big part of, you know, who we are is like hospitality. We love taking care of people and meeting people, and that's part of the reason why we like started this tequila company 5 years ago called Ha. But one thing we like really find a lot of inspiration in is like supporting other really creative people that are kind of doing really innovative things in technology. I don't know why, but like we really like align with them on a like ambition level. They're like just like super ambitious. They have these like huge projects and ideas that they want to, you know, change the world with. And, you know, when we stopped becoming starving artists, you know, 5 years ago, it was really, really fun to invest into these guys and support them through like any means we could. So, you know, basically right at the beginning of the pandemic, we launched a fund called Mantis, which we've been, you know, investing into small businesses that hopefully become big businesses. And it's been really exciting. I feel like every day is just like incredible education. We're learning about, you know, the craziest things from, you know, Web3 technologies to AI and ML technology. And it's like going back to school. But I think the main point is it's just like, it's really, you know, it inspires us to see these people tackling such crazy ideas. And that was like, it was like that in tandem. Like by day we were like investment guys, and by night we were like back to musicians. And it was just really strange dual life we were living. And we always laugh because like we were so silent on social media, but all of the technology stuff kind of gets announced all the time. So we're like, do our fans think we like retired and became like businessmen fully? And we were like kind of concerned about it because we wanted them to know we were like really busting our ass in the album nonstop.
Yeah, they're all corporate now. They're all suits.
Yeah. But it was cool to have that.
Change, guys.
Yeah. But it was really amazing to have that during the pandemic. And, you know, it felt like, you know, a really constructive thing to have, you know, educating yourself every day in new things. So that was really cool as well.
That's amazing. Yeah. You think during a hiatus, you're actually like having downtime, but it sounds like you guys were just as busy, but just doing different things. Any life stuff happen to you guys? Anything that you experienced for the past 2 years? Did you find something out about yourself? I feel like during the past 2 years, we've all kind of done some inward work. You know what I mean? Anything new with you?
Totally. I mean, I realized the beauty of spending time by myself for the first time. You know, like I've always had friends around. We're always on tour. We're always with people. And I'm just like, I really fucking love being by myself. Also, I realized no matter how much Fortnite I play, I'm never going to be good.
You've come to that conclusion.
Yeah.
What about you, Alex?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely enjoyed the having like a I mean, it wasn't a normal life by any stretch for anybody, but you know, not being on the road, being with my girl and the dogs and stuff and being home. And, you know, I think like I was robbed of my glory years in my mid 30s, which sucks, you know. I think I'd like to have those back. Now I'm just like on the downside of it all. But yeah, I mean, you know, I think I think you know, I mentioned the business thing earlier, but I think it's like cool that like no matter where you are in life, you can just start new things and that inspire you, and you know, and that's really cool to me. And it was also like awesome to just like really dive into an album like this. Like it was like not like normal for us, you know. Like I remember we finished it and we were like, went to the label and we're like, here we are, we're good, let's put it out. And they were like, oh, you got like a year of content to make and like all these things. And you were like, what? So it was like, it's really cool to like push yourself the way we did to really build something special. And it also made me respect like a lot of other musicians that, you know, I loved before, but like really when someone nails it, you know, it's a beautiful thing. And I don't know, just a lot of self-reflection, I guess, in that regard.
Yeah, it sounds like this whole process was just super organic. and refreshing for the two of you. Why now? So it's the 2 years. Why now to re-enter? It just felt right for you guys. You just gung ho, just ready to rock again, or?
Oh, the music's done.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
yeah.
A lot of times people just sit, like Ed Sheeran was telling me, like he sat on Bad Habits for like a couple of years, like just sat on. I'm like, when you make a song that good, don't you just want to like put it out? Like just.
Yeah. Well, he's a freak. He probably has like 50 smash hits that he's just like has, you know what I mean? Like
I know
he's special, but also like I get it. Like how annoying would it be to like release Bad Habits like in the middle of a lockdown, and you're like all you want to do is go out and like celebrate. And I think like he kind of had a similar mentality that we did, which is like, you know, even though it was like dark times the last 2 years, like our goal was to make music that like people could enjoy and come together to when, you know, this all ends. And I think, you know, Bad Habits kind of snuck in there in between that, in between like summer and where we are now, and right. Provided that backdrop soundtrack to people's lives. We always say that like we think of our album as this kind of main character energy. And, you know, I think it's important that people aren't like moving from their kitchen to their living room only when they're hearing our album. You want them, even though like I think you could totally have that sense of escapism with our album. Right. You know, we want people to be out there with their friends, loving it, you know, in their cars and their life. And, you know, that's something that's important.
Absolutely. Because that's what we think about when we think of Chainsmokers music. So this song High, which I absolutely love, it's like an earworm. Your music is just so catchy. Tell me about this song in particular. And also your campaign, this rollout with the satire video, which was super, super funny. Tell me about the concept and just the making of the song.
Yeah, so for High, we love this song. It's super, like I said, it was one of the last songs we made. We wanted to make something that was like super upbeat and fun and in your face, and something that you can kind of, I think like we kind of branded our music as being like triumphantly sad. We're always kind of saying some like emo stuff, but it always feels euphoric and uplifting. And I think, you know, we really lean into that on this album. And, you know, we love talking about all the little small moments and like calling out little things that we hope everyone else is observing too. And, you know, the verses and the hook are stuck with that. I will say, I know I'm singing in the hook. You only say you love me when you're high. Sometimes I write things that are like, it's actually, I'm the one that's doing that, but I write it as like it's being done to me. Gotcha. Okay. I have a bad habit of kind of overcommitting when I get fucked up. And, you know, I feel like, you know, a bunch of our stories like always make their way into all of these songs. And, you know, production wise, we got to combine all these cool elements. It's like a little bit alternative, it's a little bit punk, it's a little bit trap, it has this dance break at the end.
The dance break at the end, yeah, that's my favorite part. I think that transition was super cool. Didn't see it coming.
Yeah, so a lot of songs on this album have like multiple personalities. That was like, I think what made this so fun is the album felt really genreless to us. We spent so much time like listening to, you know, music that we love recently and from our childhood, and things that were just key inspirations to us. And there were such a wide array of genres, and just pulling things from each of those and making this collage. So I think every song where it has a dance backbone is pretty genreless, which I can't wait for people to hear.
I love that. Just out of curiosity, what were some of those like inspirations, like some artists or genres that you kind of messed with during this break?
I'd say the number one was, well, I mean, during this break that are new, the main inspiration was like Death Cab for Cutie, probably.
Okay.
And like Postal Service and Daft Punk and I don't know. We love Magic.
I feel like you're pulling things from every genre, kind of like, you know, bits and pieces.
Magic Jordan, new. I mean, there's so much good music that's come out recently. I mean, I wouldn't say we're huge friends of Fred again, huge fans of Fred again. But like, you know, his stuff kind of came after, but you know, we listen to him so much. I'm sure our new stuff will be inspired by him. But there's Pink Pantheress is another amazing artist. I don't know how much of our stuff sounds like her, but again, and I'm just telling you artists that I love that are new.
No, that's awesome though. That excites me, and I can't wait to hear this full project. So it's going to be like your albums before, where it's like you're a building album, where you're just releasing songs periodically. No,
I don't think so. Unless that like makes sense. But we have like a full album ready to go, and we have a whole campaign which is just starting to roll out, and we've never done that before. So we're really excited.
There are a lot of surprises, like a lot of stuff coming. We really, I mean, you can get a lot done in 2 years, and we're pretty efficient, productive guys. And, you know, we really, I think like it was important to us, the same way that we like idolize artists growing up, that like we give our fans something like substantial. And a big part of this project for us is like, I mean, we, you know, every artist wants their song to go far and wide and have the world, you know, and love it and enjoy it. And, but I think for us, like we want to connect with our fans on like a deeper level with this album, as we said, just to go deeper instead of wider. And, you know, we hope that, you know, who knows what we accomplish with it, but we wanted, you know, I think that that's like our main intention with this next body of work. And there's a lot of good surprises. I mean, just the last 2 weeks, we've secretly sent 2 remixes, you know, which we haven't done a remix in 8 years or something, just to our fans, like over email, just a little, you know, they just woke up with a link one morning. So we want to keep surprising people with things, and, you know, really, you know, showing people that the 2 years was worth the wait.
Super badass. Well, if the album sounds anything like High, if that's like what we can experience for the whole project, this is going to be really, really unreal, man. This is such a special song. Welcome back. This is exciting. This new chapter of the Chainsmokers. We're ready for it.
Hell yeah. Good to see you, buddy. Appreciate you having us on.
Yeah, always. Love you guys. Thanks to the Chainsmokers. The new song is High. Hear it here. Most Requested Live. Appreciate you guys. Thanks so much.
All right. Take care, brother.